So Ron Gibson is the guy to go to for land patent. RonGibson.info. And a land patent basically means you have to find the entire chain of custody for all the ownership of the property that you have. And I don't know exactly what the process is. Again, I just learned this over the weekend, and they gave him 20 minutes. I mean, this topic that he does weekend shops on all this. RonGibson.info, but he's the guy to go to for any land patent info. So what that means is basically you're taking your land and making it yours forever. And this is a sort of a court process. You have to go to a court and show the chain of custody and tell them who you are, and then you get your land patent, or letter patent, as it's also called. And then the land is truly yours with all rights. If you find minerals, if you find gold, if you find water, it's all yours. And no one can take it from you. The interesting thing is, as we found out, when property owners go through the land patent process, their political status changes to that of a national in the process as well.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting? Because here's why. A U.S. citizen or a resident is property of the federal government, as we know. Property cannot own property. A free man or woman can own property. Okay? So there's something that happens in this process that turns a natural person also into a state citizen. So very interesting stuff. So Foster Gamble, you're familiar with Foster Gamble, of course, right?
Yeah.
He was also there. And he gave us 3 things for the new earth that we need to have in place. Number 1 is a universal morality. That's completely missing right now, right? A universal morality that all of mankind agrees to. Then, of course, new energy. And that's also, I heard several people during this weekend, they're working on releasing free energy in several places around the world, so that when it all happens simultaneously, they can't just play whack-a-mole again. So that's good news. Solutions Hub, and you guys probably have been to the Solutions Hub, but they're revamping the whole thing, and it's going to come out this summer. And they sort of want to be a central hub for all things solutions. Okay.
Solutions what?
Solutions Hub.
Hub.
Yeah, and it's going to be the Thrive Solutions Hub on thriveon.com. LibertyDollar.org. Anyone heard of Liberty Dollar? LibertyDollar.org. So these guys, very quickly, in the 70s, they were super successful. They basically created a currency based on silver. They had over 200 million Liberty Dollars in circulation. And then, of course, the Fed shut them down. Surprise, surprise. But they're back. They're back, and they're doing it again. So now they very openly state on the website, it's private money for private societies. You see where we're going with this?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to move into the private in all aspects of life. Okay, the U.S. national is a private citizen. U.S. citizen is a public property citizen, which is why they can attach all these man-made laws to you.
Yeah.
So private status, private business, private society, private money. Okay, that's actually backed by silver. But then here's the other cool thing that they're doing. The other currency that they're coming up with is called qubits, but they're basing it on, there you go, they're basing it on calories. Let that sink in for a second.
Hand to the elbow.
They're basing currency on calories because the price of silver fluctuates. Calories stay the same, and we all need them, especially with engineered food shortages. So they're buying tons of rice and tons of beans and all that kind of stuff, and basing their new qubits monetary system on calories, which is, I think, brilliant. So you go to libertydollar.org and find out more. And they also have an online store which they just launched. It's very simple. That is the ldfa.store. ldfa.store. Okay. Because I remember, Steve, right? Was it last time we were talking about cryptocurrency or whatever, but you want an actual tangible exchange of money. Now we can use Liberty Dollar. It's a beautiful designed silver certificate that has not dollars on them, but the actual gram of silver that it represents. So you would have to look up during a transaction how much is silver right now. I need this many grams. Here are this many grams certificates of silver. And so that's what you would have.
And the federal government has a monopoly on money.
I know, but it's just it's just a numbers game.
You have,
So-
you have to use this currency outside of like public exchanges, buying in stores.
Yeah, of course. It's all private. It's
So
you know,
paperless.
privately you can accept whatever you want,
You can ramp down.
right? Privately you can accept whatever you want. Yeah, I think I have to open for questions now. But these private societies are starting all over. So one of the things that I got was the Beneveda privatesociety.org, and I just went over this very briefly yesterday. But they have their own government, they have their own courts, they have their own constitution, blah blah. And you can actually look this up. I forgot what it's called, but the Department of Defense came out with a document in the early 2000s, I believe, that said virtual nation states or virtual, I think they call it nation states. Virtual nation states are inevitable. And what that means is virtual simply means people coming together, forming a nation under principles and morals, not bound by geographic areas. Okay? And this is one example of it. Then I met another guy in Texas who's very active in Texas. They want to recreate the original Texas borders, which, by the way, the original Texan border went all the way down to Southern California. Did you know that? Yeah. So he told me very briefly that they got screwed out of all this land by the crappy land partitioning back in the day when they tried to divvy up all the states. But he's working on that, and they already created their own ID. And he showed it to me. Texan Republic, and he has a photo, the info, and even a strip code on the back. And he said, I didn't, see this as proof, but he said it works. They can slide it through the police system. One of them got pulled over, and they slid it through, and I said, all right, have a good day. So that's what I'm saying, guys. There's so many people working on so many solutions, but down here, we're so inundated with all this crap. We don't see it. If you want to get healed with Tesla's technology, you can do it in Beverly Hills. Yep. And that's the Beneveda Medical Group. These guys are in Beverly Hills. So they have the EE, I forgot what it stands for, but the EE system is basically what Tesla invented to heal your cells. Biocharge? Yes, biocharge, yes. She showed me pictures of it, like a very almost dead cell, and then after the EE session, it was bursting with energy. And I mean, they have phenomenal results. A guy came in who couldn't walk. After like 2 sessions, he's walking again. So it's phenomenal. So check him out, Beneveda Medical Group. If you want the Plandemic audiobook, who wants the Plandemic audiobook for free? Yeah, Mikki Willis is putting this together. Plandemicaudiobook.com. It's not out yet, but you can go to the website, you can put in your email, and once it's out, you can download the audiobook for free. Because some publisher approached him, they wanted to do a book with him, and he said, only if it's going to be free. And after long back and forth, he said, okay, here's what we'll do. I'll do the book, and you guys, once you recoup your money from the investment, then it's going to be free. And they said, okay, you got it. So that's what they're doing. I don't know when the book's coming out, I think this year. And did you know that the first Plandemic was the most watched documentary in history?
Yes.
I didn't know that. So that was pretty amazing. Yeah, Mikki Willis. And he's such a sweet guy.
He
Nice.
was offered $17 million for, he told me, the whole series, and he turned it down.
Mhm. Yeah. So, all right, now let's open for questions.
Yes.
All right. So, if we could get a